Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I am back with my month in review of April of 2026, if you're keeping track. So this was such an unusual month for me. I branched out and started doing things really differently from how I usually diamond paint. I started a ton of whips, and so you're going to get to see several of my diamond paintings that are currently works in progress, along with the kits that I finished in April, and get some like little mini reviews on them. So if you're interested in seeing past month in review videos I've done on my channel, they go back all the way to the beginning of 2021, and you can see the different diamond paintings I've worked on over the years and get little snapshot glimpses of just what my thoughts were, like lots of different companies represented and stuff. So I'll have that playlist linked below if you're interested. But today we're just specifically going to be talking about what I diamond painted in the month of April. As far as just some real quick, fast stats, I completed 3 diamond paintings, including number 250, which is what's right in front of you here, my 250th completed diamond painting. I also celebrated my 6th diamond painting anniversary on April 1st, so it was just a month of milestones for me. On the whip side of things, I have 6 whips going into the month of May, and I don't think I've ever had this many whips going at once. A couple of days ago, the number was 7, but I finished one of those, so I might even add more in May. We'll see. I'm having a really fun time. On the YouTube side of things, I had a total of 19 videos go up, my weekly whip and chats, unboxings from a few different companies, and some other stuff in the mix too, along with weekly vlogs if you're in my Patreon or YouTube memberships, and a monthly live stream. So if you're interested in some behind the scenes while also supporting my channel above and beyond, you could take a look at those membership options and what the perks are for some different tiers. Now, events-wise, I didn't go into April planning to work on any events specifically, but partway through the month, I got a bit of a wild hair and decided to jump in on the 26 for 26 challenge. This challenge was put forth by Nicole from Shire Shenanigans, and it involves starting 26 new projects in 2026. You don't have to finish them. It's just new starts or just working on projects that are, new for the year or something like that, or that you haven't worked on yet that year. Anyway, I decided to take the spirit of this project as I'm going to kit up a bunch of projects when normally I'm a 1 to 2 whip girl, sometimes 3, in the very rare instance 4. I've never had 6 or 7 whips going at once. It normally is not my jam, and I know that it is not something that many of you enjoy, which is very, very valid. That was me. I was one of you. Switch flipped. I don't know what it is. This year has been the year of just things being very different. I've really loved working on big canvases. I decided I want to work on a bunch of whips, and I'm loving it. I'm just rolling with it and having a lot of fun. So if you're interested, I will link to Nicole's video where she talks about the challenge, as well as my video where I talked about how I'm approaching this challenge. You could check those out. You could jump in if you want, or if you just want to watch the craziness from the sidelines, I'll send you some popcorn. So let's go ahead and talk about the actual kits that I worked on. What you have here is called the Snow Queen. It is from Diamond Art Club and the artist Mandie Manzano, and I worked on this as my 250th diamond painting. Now, this is my logbook. This is where I track my diamond paintings once I start working on them. I just finished catching it up to have all of my current whips in here, though I'll add the pictures in once I finish them because I use them to help organize my storage. Anyway, I write down the stats for various kits. I also rank them on scale of 1 to 10 in terms of confetti and enjoyment. I grabbed the drill count for this and I forgot to add it to here. The drill count for this one was 50,968 diamonds. I had to manually count it because I couldn't find the listing. Like the really, really old archive listing was not on the DAC website. So anyway, things that I loved, the meh, and notes. I did a dedicated video on this one where I went pretty in depth on it and showed it side by side with the sister panel, which was one worth melting for, which was my first DAC, my 3rd diamond painting I ever did. So this one was a kit that I worked on just in honor of that, being my 6th diamond painting anniversary, being my 250th diamond painting. I just wanted to mark the occasion with something very special. And these princess panels are really special to me. This kit was really enjoyable to work on, honestly. It had round drills and a fair amount of color blocking. I approached it like almost a coloring book style because that's Mandie's artwork, where most of the sections I opened, I did the black outlines first and then was kind of filling in the other colors around it. It also is always really interesting to see how far Diamond Art Club has come. Their rendering has changed and, in my opinion, improved significantly for the better, though I still thought this rendering was very, very nice. This kit came out in 2019 or 2020, and it only had a couple of special drills charted. I much prefer their special drill charting they have now. They only really did ABs at the time, and now they have a lot more. In my next finish, you're going to see, like, it's going to be an interesting juxtaposition when you see this old DAC. And then my next finish is a kit that came out this year from DAC, and I think the differences are pretty striking in some ways. But no, this was so fun to work on. This was the third princess panel I've completed from DAC, and I have the full collection and am really intending on trying to get through more of them. A lot of them have been sitting in my stash for, in my opinion, too long, and so I'll be looking forward to getting to more of those. Loads, rainy day stash, original artwork, everything held up fine after 6 years in storage. I like the older glue and the plastic cover, and I didn't have any issues with the drills. I wish there were more specials, so this was very of the time. There were a couple of symbols that were really similar to each other, and then of the series of princess panels, this is the only one that is this particular height. All the others are 124, 127 centimeters tall, and this one was 97. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that for this kit because, like I said, there is that post review where I went quite in depth about it. That'll be linked below if you are interested. Now, my second finish of the month was one that I had a decent amount of progress going into the month of April, but then I put it on pause because I wanted Elsa to be my 250th finish. This is called Me Time. It is from Diamond Art Club and the artist Miss Holly, and this came out as part of their Mother's Day themed release. And I know it's a stereotype and everything, but it's true that I feel like moms deserve me time as well. And so I liked all of the cozy self-carry things happening in this kit, and I had to work on it right away. I couldn't resist, and I enjoyed working on this kit so much. It brought me so much joy. I still am just so happy looking at her. Though it's funny, because I finished this earlier in the month, I am like having to refresh my memory on it a little bit because, well, not even earlier in the month. I finished it on the 18th, but I've worked on 6 or 7. I know, 6, 7. As I hear that's gone out of style now. I'm so easily distracted tonight. I've worked on 6 or 7 other kits since completing this one, and so the others are so much more fresh in my brain. I'm like, no, I really only completed this like 2 weeks ago. But the stats are 91.8 by 65 centimeters, very colorful with 99 colors, square drills, started on the 29th, finished on the 18th. This one I ranked 3 out of 10 for confetti and 9 out of 10 for enjoyment. It was so fun to work on. Original artwork speaks to me. I thought the render was really nice. The special drill charting, I'll show you up close in a minute. The usual suspects like the, drill quality, glue, canvas, all that good stuff. I'm just so happy to work on all the little things all throughout. And I was trying to figure out as I was working on this one, was the glue slightly less sticky, or was I just looking for a problem? But I think I may have been a little bit looking for a problem because, spoiler alert, one of my whips is a newer DAC and I am running into some slippery glue with that one. So this one, I feel like the glue, especially by comparison, was fine. So yeah, there you've got that. This was sent to me as a sneak peek. I'm never even asked or hinted at that I need to work on sneak peeks that are sent to me from DAC, but sometimes I just love the artwork and I have to. So special drills, I said I would show you up close. One of my favorite special drill spots are the fairy dust diamonds in this cat. This like grayish lavender fairy dust in the cat's face is too cute for words. There's a bunch of special drills in the pillow. Like these lines are like this brownish gold fairy dust and some white ABs. The gold electro, actually there's a ton of special drills down here in this tea set. sorry, a little awkward to maneuver. Okay, so we have some of the gold electro in here. We have some of the like magenta AB. We have some of the green AB, that like orangish brown fairy dust. There's a grayish purple one. There's just tons of special drills in here, and I thought the gold electro were really fun. You don't see electro in kits unless DAC really feels like it suits the artwork really well, and in my opinion, the gold electro spots in here work really well. There's some in the makeup bag. There's more special drills in various parts of the makeup bag as well. There's some gold electro in the handle of the boom box. There's some special drills in the flowers, and white ABs in the centers of the string lights up there. It was just so happy to work on. Oh, her knees are just all ABs. Yes, they are kind of stinky. We know the stinky AB stories here. And then some of these hearts are like that magenta kind of purple, not purple, magenta pink AB. So yeah, this was just so happy to work on. Sorry about my husband. I think he's having allergy issues here. But yeah, this was Me Time by Miss Holly. This is my second finish of the month. And another big one. Like I said, kind of this theme of big canvases this year. Now, my third finish could not be more opposite from that one, but is unintentionally on theme with my 250th finish. This kit, this is a funny one to me. This is kind of a silly story. My third finish of the month. This was one that I added into my rotation of 26 for 26. And this also works for the Refresh Your Stash challenge that Lisette is doing. And this was one that as I was just pulling out various kits, kind of felt a little bit willy-nilly pulling out kits to work on. I remembered that there was this mysterious Diamond Dotz box that had fallen and gotten smashed behind my desk back in like 2020 or 2021. And I decided I was going to dig that out. And the box was, super smashed up. And I pulled it out. I was like, you know what? Let me just whip this together. Let me whip it up. Like, why not? It's this cute little partial kit. It'll be fun to add to the mix of this 26 for 26 challenge, something that's really easy. I know that I'll finish it. And I did. So this is just called Elsa. It's from Diamond Dotz. I got this on clearance from Joann's, RIP, back in 2020 or 2021. And it was one of those, like, my kids were really into the new Frozen movie at the time. And so I was really charmed by it and liked being able to grab kits in stores. So I grabbed this one. It is a partial, so there's lots of this area that doesn't have any diamonds on it. And then you can kind of see there's a little bit of the image around the drills, but the glue is pretty well. That is some of the glue, actually. But the glue isn't all over. It's mostly just where the drills go. So this one had 18 colors. I had a hard time grabbing the drill count for this one. I basically took like an area and counted. I was like, okay, this is 300 drills. Now let me just estimate, because Diamond Dotz doesn't put drill counts on their website. So I took my best guess, and I'm calling this one 2,550 drills. 28 by 37 centimeters, 18 colors, round drills. Started on the 24th, ended on the 30th. It's my 252nd finish total and my 12th finish this year. I'm going to put in the actual artwork over here. I'll have to take a picture and print it out. Confetti 4 out of 10, enjoyment 5 out of 10, quick and cute, super sparkly drills, licensed Disney. A thing with Diamond Dotz though is often the colors that are printed on the canvas don't match the drill color that you end up putting down. I'm trying to think of a good example. You can't really see, you can kind of see it, but like behind these two purple colors, you see that hint of red that's behind them. And behind these drills, behind those purple drills, there's a red color. Let me zoom in, you can see it a little better. You see that red? Or dark pink at best? Like, that's the thing with Diamond Dotz, is the symbol in the back and the background will often just straight up not match the drill color that goes down. And these are the correct drill colors. I triple checked because I was like, wait, this isn't right. But anyway, this is just really cute. There's a little like pink AB. This is one that it wasn't like, oh, I'm so beyond excited to work on. Honestly, it was I'm not going to destash this. The box is mangled. I could donate it, but also it could just be fun to add to the mix of this challenge I'm doing. And I did have some nostalgic attachment to it as like, oh, my kids were so into the new Frozen movie at the time. It was kind of its time. So I decided to work on it. I did split it in half. So real quick, My approach to the 26 and 20s for 26 challenge is that I decided to work on these kits a row at a time. So I do a row on a kit, rotate to the next kit, work on a row of that kit, rotate to the next kit, work on a row of the kit. And then so I got through, and so each of these kits I completed a row on. There's 6 kits in total, plus Herald of Spring, which is kind of a unique situation. I'll explain when we get to it. This one I just split in half so that I could get it through more than just one round. And so I did this half first, and then when I restarted, I'm about to finish my second pass through of these kits, and on that second round I finished this. So I do have this third finish, and it is very timely. Having this Elsa kit in addition to the Princess Panel Elsa, it kind of worked out. So that was finish number 3. Now let me do a quick update on drill count for the year and my bingo card. So, okay, I like to keep track. I started this last year. I am keeping track of the number of drills that I've placed in a given year. And so in the month of April, I placed 149,827 diamonds. And that is, I start counting them once I've completed the kit. So that 149,000 includes these 3 kits, this Elsa kit, Me Time, and the Snow Queen. So adding that into all of the kits that I had finished up until this point, for January, February, and March, I had placed 475,415 diamonds. Adding those all together, year to date, diamonds placed is 625,242. So I am on track to place 1 million diamonds again this year. I probably should have gone ahead and scaled that up. I think maybe I said maybe 1.5 million. We'll see if I place. I think I might be on track for that too. As far as my bingo card goes, this is the bingo card I made for myself for 2026, and I added in just some general goals I thought I wanted to work towards. So these are the squares that I have completed so far this year, and for the month of March, I'm going to check off 3 more squares. For the month of April, I'm sorry. So the Mandie Manzano Princess panel, we're going to get to check off that square because we did the Elsa panel. And my goal with this was just, I don't know, it kind of gave me some rough guidelines for what to work towards without necessarily mapping out exact kits that I wanted to work on. And I don't know about you, that works a little bit better for me than trying to say okay, this year I'm going to work on all of these exact kits no matter what. This just, worked a little bit better for me because it lets me have some flexibility. I'm actually going to go ahead and check off the box for a Disney kit as well. While I had originally thought that I would check this box with one of my Diamond Art Club Disney kits, I'm not 100% sure that I'm going to get to one of those after all. And in my mind, the Diamond Dotz kit, I'm okay with counting that for this square, even though my intent was to get through some of my DAC Disney kits, officially licensed ones. I'm going to count this one. I feel like that still checks a box. Now, the third one I'm going to go ahead and check off is for the kit Me Time. I'm going to let this count for the square a kit with the color pink. That kit did have a ton of pink in it and fits kind of the heart and intent that I had behind putting this square on here, which is just pink is my favorite color, and it would be fun to do a kit that just is all about that particular color. So I'm going to check off this bingo square and call it good. Now, I mentioned in past month in reviews that I only let kits take up 1 square. So even if technically, this kit had a cat in it, Me Time had a cat in it, and I could technically check off, where is it? Kit with cat in the artwork. I'm not going to, because I don't know. I want this to represent a variety of kits. So that's just how I've decided to approach it. But if you do a bingo card, you can approach it however you want to. This is just my thought. So I don't have a bingo yet. I might get one this next month. We'll kind of see. I have a lot of different kits in the mix that I imagine I'll finish this month. I don't have anything specific in mind to do once I hit a bingo. I kind of am just trying to see how many of these I can check off. But this is the state of my 2026 bingo square, and we'll kind of see. I might do a mid-year check-in once we get to the end of June, and we could talk about okay, how is the year going? How is it looking as far as, I don't know, things I might need to adapt for the rest of the year. Okay, so that is an update based on my finishes. Let's talk about my 6 whips. We're going to go one at a time. So first up, This kit is called Semblance. It is by Margaret Morales, and this is from DIYMoon shop or DIYMoon shop. This shop closed several years ago, and I still have several kits from them in my stash that I have a little bit of a hard time letting go. And this artwork has always spoken to me. I don't know if it's ever been in voting at Diamond Art Club, which is where this artist is now, but I thought, let me work on the DIYMoon shop version. It's a small size, and when I was just pulling random kits to do for this challenge, this one kept kind of jumping out at me. So this has 2 rows done, and so it's actually halfway done. It's going to be split into 4 rows total. It is looking, believe it or not, better through the camera than it does in person. This rendering is rough and is pretty characteristic of what this shop was doing with renderings at the end. I had gotten this kit shortly before they shut their doors, and there's things like when you look up close, the colors that are in the skin tones of like her arm and wrist, and the complete lack of detail in her hand, that just straight up gray color in her back. I mean, yes, this is very much just what I had come to expect from Margaret kits at DIYMoon shop. There's things that I do honestly like about it. I think the softness of the rendering of the flower is pretty. I was really skeptical of this background color. Is actually an AB. It's a pale pink AB, but the quality on them is so poor that the AB coating is only even visible on like half of the diamonds. And I was not about to try to pick out just like all the AB coating or all the non. I thought, you know what? Let's go with just randomly placing them however they fall is how they fall. This is all one color, you guys, technically color blocking. But the slightly textured look to it, I'm not mad at personally. Yeah, but it's not what I would have expected when I looked at the original artwork. I remember when I first got this in, because this is the original artwork, I had contacted them and said, I don't know why the background is the pale pink. I was expecting like an ivory, and they were just like, well, that's just what color our computer, our program and we pulled to use for the background color. I was like, okay. And then I think they shut their doors not that long later. So anyway, this one, as much as I'm sounding like not super enthused about it, I am actually enjoying working on this one. It's fun to have this artwork. It's fun that it's a small size. The challenge is way more enjoyable than I was expecting. So this does not surprisingly feel tedious to me. It just is, I don't know. We'll see if I'm absolutely just devastated when I work on the section with her face. Like if her hand looks like this, I'm afraid to see what her face is going to look like, but it's okay. It is what it is. And yeah, I'm enjoying it more than I expected. But this is Semblance from DIYMoon shop. Now, next up, the second one in my rotation here is a kit that I've been meaning to work on for literal years, and it is finally happening. This is Star Sailor by the Creativity Squirrel, and the artist is Tony Kailao. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing. This is a big kit. This is, where were the stats again? 63.5 by 79.25 centimeters. Now, this is also 2 rows, so I decided to work in big, chunky sections. And it's been interesting to see this one come together. To be honest with you, I'm not enjoying it as much as I was expecting to. There's a lot more confetti than I was expecting, a lot softer lines and variety of colors going on in a lot of these areas. Any of the color changes, there's a lot of confetti and kind of gradient going on. There's color blocking in some of these areas, which is really nice. But yeah, there's just a lot more color variation than maybe I was expecting. And I'm running into this weird issue that I haven't run into before. I mentioned it in my whip and chat that I worked on this kit, I think last week, where this drill field is tight. And for some of the drill colors, like this pink color, where it seems like maybe they, at the time I bought this, are transitioning between 2 different drill shapes, like styles of facets on the top or molds or something. Like these feel like they're just a tiny bit bigger than like, say, this gray color. And so while this gray color, there is plenty of space, these were so tight that I needed to checkerboard them. Otherwise, like I was really expecting some of these drills to have popped off when I pulled it out to show you guys, because they just they're snug. So that is a bit unusual, but I did buy this kit like 4 years ago, so it's possible that there have been changes since. I'll see if I can find out. But I like this artwork. It is really cute, and I am very curious to see how the colors look in her face. I'm a little bit nervous with these purples, but I'm hoping that's just the shading down here. I'm trying to be really optimistic, you guys, and trying to just be balanced about it, I guess, and trying not to just pass judgment right out the gate. 'Cause I'm like, oh shoot, I'm not enjoying this as much as I expected, which I'm not going to hide, but I also am trying not to like just write it all off. I will say I'm very glad that I have multiple whips going, because there's something nice about knowing I just am going to have to do a row on this one, and then I get to move on to a variety of other kits. So anyway, that is Star Sailor from the Creativity Squirrel. Gosh, that is one thing that has been so nice about this challenge, is I'm getting to work on a lot of kits from a lot of different companies all at once. Okay, there's something new about this one for me too. This is called Mermaid Lovers. It is from Jada Gem Shop, and the artist is Erin Dainty. And this is unique and new for me in that it has round diamonds, and it's the first time I've worked with Jade's round drills. I feel like I have been sleeping on them, because as soon as I started working on them, I was like, hold on a second. These are actually really nice. Like, I am really enjoying working with these drills. Now, this is the computer or hybrid charted version of this kit. It is not hand charted. It's going to have a softer render. And I bought this several years ago as well. And I like the panel style of it. It's the crop of the original artwork. I was hoping that would give me the most amount of detail without being at a crazy size point. It's 30 by 80 centimeters. And I'm really, really hoping that their faces aren't going to be just a big blurry mess, but we'll see when we get to it. I honestly do like how it's turning out so far. Going into it knowing that it was the computer render and it's going to have much softer lines and a more blurry effect in some areas, I'm fine with this, because I knew what I was signing up for. And this is also 2 sections, or 2 rows rather. So like I did chunky rows on this one. It's going to be 5 rows in total. And then I just split it in half for columns. This one has been fun. I've actually really enjoyed working on this one a lot. It's pretty confetti heavy, but I'm enjoying it in spite of that. Next up is this kit called The Herbalist. This is from a new to me shop called Jolly Gem Shop. This one is 30 by 41 centimeters. How many colors did it have? I think it had 40 colors in total. And this has been a lot of fun to work on. This one has been one I've been meaning to work on for a while. Yeah, 40 colors, 30 by 41. Square drills. And I just think it's so happy the way it's coming together. The artist is Loombug, who is originally a cross-stitch artist, and so I think that's where some of this just really, really perfect pixel art does come from. There's some fun special drills like these chunky glitter diamonds that we have in here, and there's a lot of detail packed into a really small painting. No issues with the square drills on this one. I was curious to see if the background, if I'd feel like there was any gapping. I don't know about you. I see improvements that I can make with my placement, but overall there's not any gapping. It's a pretty snug drill field. I like that you can pretty much make out what the text says. That is a nice surprise, but it's not a huge kit. I think it's interesting that we have the printed border on this. I think this is probably gonna give some mixed opinions. Some people will love it, some people won't. I don't hate it. It's unique, but it's unique. I think it's kind of fun. So this one I only did 3 rows on, so when I start round 3 on these kits, this one will get finished. So yeah, this is number 4 in my lineup. I've been doing them in the same order for the first 2 rounds. So I did Semblance, Star Sailor, Mermaid Lovers, The Herbalist, and then you'll see the other 2. And the Elsa Frozen kit was, I think, number 5 in the mix. So it was the one that I worked on after I did this section. Then I finished the Elsa kit, which you saw in my finished section. This one is really fun, you guys. I'm excited to be testing out this new to me shop. There's also a story that I will share with you guys about this kit and some really wonderful customer service that I had from the shop owner. I guess, why am I being cagey? I'll tell you in short. The package, this is the only package that I've ever had stolen off of my porch in all of my 6 years of diamond painting. And actually, like, generally speaking, even outside of Diamond Painting, this is the only time I've had a package stolen off my porch. And Jolly Gem Shop just sent out a replacement for me, which they did not have to do. So that was just very sweet. I did for these kits that otherwise haven't been unboxed on my channel, including this beauty, which I'll go ahead and just pop down here so you can look at. For the Jolly Gem Shop kit, for mermaid lovers, and for this kit, what was the other one? Yeah, for those three, I did film unboxings because they had never been unboxed on my channel before. So those will be part of a, they'll get their own like start to finish reviews that will get posted later. So if you're like, wait, I haven't seen an unboxing of the Herbalist yet, you will. I'm just doing it as part of a like bigger video. So stay tuned. These videos will be coming, I'd imagine, sometime in May. Now, number 5 in my current lineup of whips is this one. And it is called Impressionist Sky. It is from Diamond Art Club and the artist Yume. And I have to say, I feel like I've picked a favorite among my children by saying this, but don't tell the others. This is my favorite whip right now. And it's not even the other kit's fault. The main reason is because I think I picked this kit kind of subconsciously because of this. It works as a headcanon for me as fan art of my current hyperfixation, which is this video game. I'm sorry, I can't shut up about this video game. This video game called Clair Obscure Expedition 33 that is just like changed, it altered my brain chemistry and is, I cannot get enough of it. Like, it's so freaking good. And I'm not going to go any further than that because I know I've been talking your guys' ear off about it in my Whip and Chats and stuff lately. And if you're not into it, you're like, Katie, can we not? But anyway, this kit, I can totally headcanon as fan art for that game. And I didn't even I didn't pick out this kit thinking that. It was as I started working on it and I got to the part where he's holding the paintbrush and I was like, oh crap. That's that. Something in the back of my brain was going, hey. But no, this is a kit I actually purchased from DAC when it came out. I just thought there's something about this artwork. This is before I even played the game, actually. I was so obsessed with this artwork. It's like something about this. It's just calling my name. I love this artwork. It fits for my Year of Men theme, which is a little bit kind of taking a back seat to this 26 for 26 challenge and my giant kits kind of theme. This here is just a theme of, is all kinds of different themes, but technically Year of Men. And it's just so happy to work on. This is my current, this is where I am in the rotation right now. So I'm going to do these 2 sections next. At the finish recording this video, I'm going to sit down to edit while I'm working on this section next. I cannot wait. And this has been so happy to work on. It's not too big. It's 66 by 55.8. Very colorful though, 83 colors. It's got some really pretty special drills, including some ABs in the mix here. Like there's a white AB and a yellow AB. There's this light yellow fairy dust in the mix. A lot of the special drills are in this part of the painting, like the colorful part. But it's not overwhelming in terms of the special drills in this one. And yeah, this one is absolutely the happiest. The one that I'm enjoying the most of what I've got going right now. So this, though, I said this earlier, I am running into, for the first time for myself personally, I am noticing slippery glue. I've been hearing you guys talk about it a lot, and I have been honestly hoping, I know this sounds weird, I hope it doesn't sound tone deaf, but I've been wanting to experience it for myself because I always 100% believe you guys, but I was like, I want to work on a kit that has it for myself, so I feel like I can accurately sort of report back to them too, like let them know, hey, this is also something I'm running into. I would hope and imagine that this is something that they've addressed by this point, but I'm still going to send over just my own experience just to make, add to the feedback that they're getting, I guess. So the main thing that I'm noticing is just that sometimes drills don't want to come off of my multi-placer. I use a 12 placer, and depending on how and where I'm placing, there are drills that normally when they would come off really easily from my multi-placer, they're struggling a little bit. And also when I go to move drills, like if I'm kind of scooching and correcting, if I've got like a lineup of a few drills in a row and I'm trying to like slightly nudge the one over on the end to just slightly move the whole line, it's much more likely that like that line of drills will just like, most of them will just pop off instead. And I will say though, once they're down, like they're not going anywhere. But it's just like getting them down seems to be maybe a little bit of the issue. So anyway, I wanted to share this whole anecdote as, I guess, like validation in a way, I hope. Because I just, like I said, I've seen this come up so much. I just wanted to, I guess, respond to and acknowledge it. That said, this is probably still going to get like a really high enjoyment rating for me when it's done, unless something really goes sideways as I keep working on it. But yeah, this is my favorite of my whips so far. Now, my last whip. This one was a whip going into the month of April. And I am hoping maybe I'll finish it in May, but we'll have to see. This is called Herald of Spring, which if you hear me refer to this as Gerald, it's because of a really, really amusing to me autocorrect when I was just typing fast on my phone, and it ended up correcting to Gerald of Spring, and I just went down a whole mental rabbit hole where it reminded me of my youngest's favorite book for a while when he was growing up was Giraffes Can't Dance. The giraffe in that one is named Gerald, and so the name Gerald will always make it think of Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim. Anyway, giraffe, horse, I know, but Gerald of Spring. This is Herald of Spring. This is from Diamond Dotz and is from their masterclass line of diamond paintings. And I have lots of thoughts to share. There will absolutely be a separate video on this one. But this is a third of the painting. This kit is enormous. If you watched my 26 for 26 challenge video kickoff where I talked about my kits, I was sitting there, you got to see my face, and I unrolled this for you in front of me so you could see like me for scale. Like this kit is so freaking huge, pardon my language. This is 136 centimeters wide. This is taller / wider than a standard princess panel from DAC. It's huge, and it's 67 centimeters tall. This is a enormous painting. DAC maxes out like their big detailed landscapes at around 70 by 90 centimeters. And so this is like that 70 centimeters this way, but then like not double, but like 1.5 times like that length. This is huge. I guess I don't know what I was totally getting into. And this is a third of it done. I think it's actually turning out really cool. I actually love the rendering. It's very confetti heavy, but I think that it works. Like, we totally got this amazing galaxy effect going on in the background. I think that this horse, which this is by Lori Prindle, not normally a horse girly, honestly, but I do think that Lori Prindle's horses are stunning. And this is a Pegasus, technically a mythical creature. I am a mythical creature girly. I think this is turning out really pretty. Even this random gray patch here, that's accurate to the original artwork, apparently. I checked, but yeah, there's this white AB. It's one of the only special drills. I love the white AB in the background. And I'll tell you what, look at that sparkle. That is one thing that Diamond Dotz I feel like does do really well, is the sparkle on their round drills is really nice. Now, this kit, full retail, I bought this years ago, okay? Like I it was in the budget at the time. $230. You can sometimes get it on sale, but like their masterclass line, yeah, I don't know that I feel like this is $230 kind of kit. We'll see once I finish it, but there'll be a whole video on it. But at least I'm getting like a lot of time out of it at the very least. And I like how it's turning out. So I'll take it. But yeah, this is just a long-term whip. And you know what? I'm glad that I added more whips to the mix, because this is a kit that's similar to Star Sailor. I feel like I would burn out on if I were just going straight through on only that kit. This is the one that, because I already had it going when I started the 26 for 26 challenge, I kind of treated a little bit differently, where sometimes I push and do more than a row because there is so much left to go. So when I did the first pass through the first round, I did a column and a half instead. And it was like a column and then half of a column, because I had a column and a half completed going into the challenge. So I just kind of pushed through and did a little bit extra. So I might do that after I finished Impressionist Sky, and then it's time to pull this one out. I'll just kind of see how I'm feeling after I do a row. Because the next column that I do is going to be the most, I feel like, monotonous so far, where so much of it is just going to be these shades of, it's mostly blue, actually, different shades of dark blue, and then a little bit of 310 or whatever Diamond Dotz equivalent numbering for it is. In the mix, it's just going to be those shades of blue and black through almost this entire column, where the other columns have at least had a little bit more variety. So I'll do a column. If I feel burned out, I'll go ahead and move on to the next kit. But if not, I may push through and try to do a little bit more. But this one, this is going to be an epic finish whenever it's done. So yeah, those are my 6 whips. Now, I said I'm hoping to get this done in May. So speaking of May, let's talk about May plans. So 26 for 26 challenge is going to continue. As I finish kits, I think I'm going to continue kitting kits up, especially because in the coming weeks, I have some kits that'll be coming in from new to me shops. And I'm kind of like, let's go ahead and just start adding some of those into the mix as I finish kits too. Now that I finished the Elsa kit, which I finished yesterday, the last day of April, I think I'm going to take that storage and kind of that spot in the lineup and use it to work on a Diamond Design Company kit, which I just posted an unboxing from them today. I have this really cute mini set that's like called Bedroom in a Glass Bottle. I think I'm going to do one of those canvases and add that to my 26 for 26 and be able to kind of share what that small shop's quality seems to be like too. I also am going to be doing a lot of trying to kind of prep and plan for Summer with the Masters, which is a diamond painting event that I'm hosting for the 5th or 6th year. Started in 2021. This centers around basically classic artwork. So I have an announcement video I put up a week or 2 ago that I'll link below if you want to find out more. But that's going to kick off on June 1st. And so I want to make sure I'm all prepped and planned out for that and ready to kick that off. And it'll be a pretty chill, laid back event, but I still want to make sure it's, gonna go off without a hitch. So be prepping and planning for that. And I have my bingo card. Let me see. I think when I finish the Creativity Swirl kit, that'll work for kit featuring a star outer space imagery. The cat one will be the herbalist. No, I couldn't have done that. I don't know what to do for a budget-friendly kit. Comparison, some of these I'm like, ooh, I don't know when I'm going to get to these. Most expensive kit in my stash is going to be this one. Kit from a new to me shop. That can be, I have several kits that would work for that I'll, use towards that. Kit with books in the image. I don't know that I have one that I'll be using towards that this month, but I'm going to keep seeing. I feel like I'm on a decent track for this year so far. This one will be happening in Summer with the Masters. So yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. But the main ones I'm seeing from that'll get checked off this month will be most expensive kit in my stash, which will be this one if it's finished, and kit featuring a star outer space imagery. And we'll see what else comes up. Maybe kit from a new to me shop. So yeah, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I think that's it. So I guess I'll leave it here. I am so interested to hear from you guys. For one, what was your April like, and what plans do you have for May? Did you decide to join me for this crazy 26 for 26 challenge? Or are you like, heck no, I'm going to stick to my one whip at a time and live my best life here, which I love it for you. I am sure I will be back in your shoes at some point. I have no idea how long this mood is going to last, but I'm just going to keep following my nose, chasing the dopamine. I feel like that's honestly one of the best things you can do when it comes to diamond painting. Do what brings you joy. It's okay if it doesn't look like what everyone else is doing. Truly, as long as you're enjoying the craft, like, you're doing it right. So I think that's it. I'm going to let you guys go. Please subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I will be giving you post reviews on a lot of these kits as they are completed. And I try to unbox a variety of different companies, including some new to me small shops will be coming up later this month. And I do weekly whip and chats if you want some company while you're crafting. I'd love to have you join me there as well. And other diamond painting related videos like how-tos and tutorials. I hope you're doing really well and that you enjoyed this month in review video. Thank you for joining me, friends. And yeah, happy crafting. Have a great month of May, and I will chat with you in the next one. Bye, guys.